Hello and thank you for joining us on our live news. I'm Elizabeth Mutwan. The headlines. APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu promises to deal decisively with terrorists and bandits. Matawale orders reopening of broadcast stations, apologizes for initial ban. Ballon d'Or 2022 Top 30 Rankings. US condemns war crimes after Russia drone attack.
Live TV.
And now the news in detail. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, has promised to deal decisively with terrorists and bandits threatening national security if elected president in 2023. Speaking on Monday in Kaduna during an interactive session with the Arewa Joint Committee, Tinubu stated that every part of the country will be protected if elected as the next Nigerian leader. The APC presidential candidate promised to equip the Nigerian military and inject much-needed trained personnel to strengthen the heroic efforts of the troops fighting terrorists and bandits. The former governor of Lagos State also pointed out that he would pay attention to modern fiscal drivers to realize the change envisioned for the country. Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara State has ordered the reopening of 5 broadcast stations in the state shut down on Saturday night. Reports state that the stations closed include the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Gusau, Federal Radio Corporation, Pride FM Gusau, Al Umma TV, Gamji FM, and Gamji TV. The immediate closure of the television and radio stations was announced on Zamfara Radio by the Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Dosara. The commissioner said the government ordered the closure of the media houses for providing coverage for a political rally organized by the People's Democratic Party. However, the closure of the 5 media organizations by the state government attracted reactions and criticisms from various individuals. The development comes after the governor placed a ban on all political gatherings in Anka, Bukuyum, and Gumi local government areas of the state until further notice. Cross-dressing is defined as the act of wearing items of clothing not commonly associated with one's sex. Cross-dressing has been used for purposes of disguise, comfort, comedy, and self-expression in modern times and throughout history. Let's join our correspondent Jessica Ochai for a report on cross-dressing in Nigeria.
According to Cambridge Dictionary, a cross-dresser is a person who sometimes wears clothes associated with the opposite sex. Now, it could be a form of self-expression, being taken to be homosexuals. Now, is it a thing of fashion or could it be something else? We're out here on the streets of Abuja to hear what people have to say about this topic.
Honest, to be sincere, yesterday I see it with my 2 eyes. With my 2 eyes, I see it. The guy just put eyelashes and just put earring, two earring, and be walking with a girl and holding a girl for street and be walking. And when I come out and see, I see people shouting out, what is happening? And when I come out and say, may God have mercy for Nigeria.
Normally, when the whole thing started, I believe cross-dressing was actually for fun, But I think to some extent, from my own research I've done, I feel that there's something there's secrets that they have not been able to tell us, actually, because I see no reason why a man decides to dress like a woman. It's actually insane. And most times when I see people do it, I just feel like, it is their decision. Everybody's entitled to their decision. But ordinarily, biblically, and otherwise, I just feel that it's against is it religion? Should I say religion? Or maybe it's actually a youthful exuberances that people carry out daily. But I just feel at the end of the day, it is not a good thing.
Anyway, to me, it's a very bad thing because our society does not allow that. And if you see what is happening now, these are the upcoming children that are growing up. You see a man going to club, putting on ladies' clothes, and it's not supposed to be that. In any culture has things that follows them. In the Western world, I know they dress like that, but we are Africans. Because things are going wrong. We need to understand that this life is not good. We need to dress like a man and you dress like a woman. God did not create man and Adam. He created Adam and Eve. So we should all respect ourselves and wear things that are supposed to be good for us. Cross-dressing is very bad.
No good make woman dey dress like man. E no good make man go dress like woman. That is not possible. No good. No good. You suppose to dress like woman. You suppose to dress like man. Na wetin God train us for. So me I no know wetin dey cause dem o. But me I no fit dress like man. My pikin no fit dress like woman, like man. So that thing no be better thing. E no good. No repent. Me I no fit do something. Well, no, say me, if I know say I be woman, I go wear woman clothes. No be say I go wear man on. Okay. I wetin there for my own hell with that.
Why I said is no. This thing happened to the result of our country. That is one. Let's be realistic to ourselves. Because if there is no hardship, nobody would think of doing such. Only ladies get what they want in this country. Because ladies have what they want as ladies to a man. Our leaders doesn't care of our youth. They only care of women. So that is why most guys advise themselves to do as women so that they can get what they can handle their family. I think when the government put those things into consideration and provide the necessary things to our youth, nobody will think such nonsense because it's not a good thing. Even them doing it, I don't think they're happy with it. That is one. So actually, for them to do that, they are not doing it for fashion, for anything. Or they are not doing it for happiness. Follow them, that's why that they are laughing in their face, but in their mind it's not the truth. You can ask them. God didn't create them like that. And they wouldn't love to be as they are returning themselves is. It's just the situation of our country that make it like that. So please let our rulers, that is the leader, the people that lead us, to come back into the right position. All these things will stop. We are not like that in Nigeria before. We are the best country in our country. But now that the things is turning like that, I don't think it's the problem of our youth alone. Our youths now are lazy, as Buhari said. But it's not as if we are lazy, it's our leaders that make us to be like that. Because they don't support us on our brain that we have. They only care of their own children, taking them abroad to make their own school. They don't care of our own hospital, schools, and other things that we have. So I think that is the biggest problem we have in the country. We are not supporting ourselves by ourselves.
Not all of them that is just for fashion. Some of them, they just do it to get, like, let them be famous and all that. But the main cocoa is that some of them are just homosexuals. And they are trying to promote it. Like, they are trying to promote it. And for me, I see it as if they are bringing the devil into the world. Because I don't see why God will create you as a man. You decide to dress like a woman. Are you getting me now? Some people, like now, they have celebrity that they are looking up to. I don't want to mention names. They have celebrity that they are looking up to. So now, since they are looking up to those celebrity, and they are forgetting one thing, that God is the giver of life. God cannot give you your dick and you change it, and give you to change it. Those things are very wrong. Now, the guys are dressing like girls. Why some of the girls are dressing like guys? I don't just get what is going on in this country.
Okay.
Before they arrest such people, they should check whether they are just dressing it for fashion or some of the comedians are using it for comedy skits. But if they are not doing any of those, and you know this person is trying to change its sexual, let them just carry the person. Let them carry the person. I don't support such things. That is a welcome development. If they can do that in our country will be better now. Definitely.
Me, I see cross-dressing as a promotion of gayism. It doesn't matter who is dressing a cross-dressing, or doesn't matter the amount of money the person has. But me, I see it as a promotion of gayism. Because how can a man dress like a woman? God has already created you. You don't put the thing inside you and you want to change it. Doesn't make sense. We have comedians that dress like females and their comedy gives us joy. You understand? So them passing that kind of bill, though I don't like the cross-dressing, but it's too harsh.
Former militant leader Asari Dokubo has faulted the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which discharged the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The media had earlier reported that a Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja last week Thursday struck out charges leveled against him by the federal government. The court ruled that the federal government breached all local and international laws in the forceful rendition of Kanu to Nigeria, thereby making the terrorism charges against him incompetent and unlawful. The presiding judge, Justice Olodotun Adebola, in his ruling voided and set aside the charges by the federal government against Kanu. The court held that the failure of Nigeria to follow due process by way of extradition was fatal to the charges against Kanu. In a recent Facebook Live, Dokubo said the appeal court lacks the right to confiscate the original jurisdiction of a court in the first instance. The Academic Staff Union of Universities on Friday, October 14, 2022, announced the suspension of its 8-month strike. Academic activities in federal and state universities across the country had been suspended following ASU's decision to embark on the strike on the 14th of February this year. ASU, however, in a statement released last week Friday, announced the suspension of the strike and directed its members to resume. Following the announcement, universities which have announced resumption dates include Olabisi Onabanjo University, Bayero University, Alex Ekweme Federal University, University of Nigeria Nsukka, Federal University Owerri, and others. In sports news, the Ballon d'Or 2022 ceremony, the most esteemed honor in football, took place on Monday, October 17th at Theatre du Châtelet in Paris, France. Last season, Benzema took home the most coveted individual award after scoring 44 goals to help Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid team win the Champions League and La Liga. The France international took home the Ballon d'Or this year, beating Robert Lewandowski of Barcelona, Sadio Mane of Bayern Munich, and Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester City. On the foreign scene, the United States will hold Russia accountable for war crimes, the White House said on Monday, hours after Russia attacked Ukrainian cities with drones during morning rush hour, killing at least 4 people in an apartment building in downtown Kyiv. Russian forces also targeted infrastructure across the country in the second wave of airstrikes in a week. Ukrainian soldiers fired into the air trying to shoot down the drones after blasts rocked central Kyiv. An anti-aircraft rocket could be seen streaking into the morning sky, followed by an explosion and orange flames as residents raced for shelter. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at this hour. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu promises to deal decisively with terrorists and bandits. Matawale orders reopening of broadcast stations, apologizes for initial ban. Ballon d'Or 2022 Top 30 Rankings. US condemns war crimes after Russia drone attack. Thank you for watching, and once again, I am Elizabeth Van Woodfang. Do have a good day.
Live TV.